Welcome back to the GSL with Tastes and Artosis. We're here after seeing two very peculiar games. One where Nesty lost in a game I believe went over 35 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was
pretty epic. Second one, Slayer's BoxeR conversely lost in roughly 5-10.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of in shock. I mean,
just not what I expected.
I can't believe Sun Zenith is actually really good. What is going on?
Well, he's definitely
My world
good
is
at PvT.
upside down, Tasteless.
Now we got to see if he's good at PvT.
Yeah, that's exactly what we have to see. And Slayer's BoxeR, the pressure is on, man, because he just lost, but he lost in a terrible fashion. Like owned, like no chance at any point.
Well, you know what it was? It was like a build order lose. Like, well, if you're in a certain league, why don't you try this build out and you win?
Yeah. And well, the map is going to be Zelnar Caverns. Good map for TVP.
Yeah.
Once Terran gets that planetary up at the gold, starts getting a little bit scared for Protoss, but what will San Zenith have in store for him?
We're going to find out. San Zenith against Slayer's BoxeR. Pivotal moment here for Slayer's BoxeR. He needs to win this, or he's going to drop down to the up and down matches. The game has begun, so get ready for some sick, awesome TVP action here with Taste and Artosis. Tastosis, the casting Archon, here at the GSL. Over here in the red at the bottom left, they call him the Emperor.
Slayer's BoxeR, fighting to stay alive.
A lot of pressure on this guy, but he can handle it. Over here in the upper right, the underdog, but still dominating thus far.
San Zenith.
San Zenith.
Everyone's copying my keyboard nowadays, Tasteless.
They want to beat you. They want to have a keyboard they can play checkers on.
That's right, man. That's what I have.
So many fans here today. Thank you to Intel for sponsoring us in G-Skill.
Should be GG's skill.
I already go. This is a great Terran vs. Protoss map. A lot of stuff you can do. More than likely, we'll see the Stalker made first, Chrono boosted out. Terran usually gets the gas, 2 Marines. We'll get into orbital.
Yeah, we'll see what they do after they chase each other out of their base, most likely. I'm interested to see the openings of both these guys. I feel like San Zenith might go for an MC build. If I had to guess, I think he'd go for an expansion to 6 Warp Gate. Now he's, down at BoxeR's base. Well, we're going to see what BoxeR sees first.
Now let's see if he cancels that barracks. We can get a shot of Slayer's BoxeR's main base. We'll get that in a minute. 2 barracks.
Yeah. So, that is actually really, really interesting. You know, it's a strong, solid build. It kind of suits Slayer's BoxeR. And he's going to get a Reaper right away.
Now, normally we see a Marauder.
Yeah, definitely.
The vast majority of the time, if it's 2 racks. But I also don't really agree with that build. I don't normally criticize builds that much, but I think the 2 barracks Marauder Marine push,
yeah,
I don't think it's that good. Especially if you're actually going to try to win with it. You can't get a command center.
Yeah, if you try to win with it, I got to scratch my head and ask why you did that.
If you're trying to make sure the Protoss didn't one Gateway Nexus, that's fine.
Yeah, which is, it looks like that's what San Zenith wants to do. He really wants to do the MC build, I think. I mean...
Well, I don't know what to say. Nope. Gets the gas.
All right, so totally tricking Slayer's BoxeR.
You know what? San Zenith is actually playing out perfectly.
Yeah, and in fact, he has a Stalker. It's already out. So that's going to help out immensely against the Reaper that's already out.
He's getting another Reaper, too. Which is interesting.
Quite interesting indeed. Huh. Looks like Slayer's BoxeR is just going to scout the whole map. I think he's scouting for additional gateways. Because he saw, okay, there's no gas. If there's no more gateways, then he's going for a Nexus. And if he goes for a Nexus, my build actually is going to put on a lot of pressure onto that because I'm going Marine Marauder.
So he did Protoss is going to get a next. Looks like just peeks behind the bushes. Meanwhile, Reaper goes back home. Now, I have to say, if I was San Zenith, I would not fast expand. I would actually have gotten a Stargate next. No, I'm serious. It's actually pretty good. You should try it.
Yeah.
I always get a Stargate, or try to, if I see them incorporate. Hold that thought, though.
Catching that one Reaper.
It'll get away.
Barely gets away.
Now, I always get a Stargate if I see a Tech Lab. I do it after I chase him out. Because it's good against anything that comes out of a Tech Lab. There's also rocks on this map. Well, yeah, but they don't generally get the Marines if they have the Tech Lab.
Of course.
There's also 2 destructible rocks outside of here, so you can do a Void Ray push into their base, charge up the Void Ray, get about 2 of them. But in this case, San Zenith going the road less traveled, going for a quick Nexus.
Yeah, I want to point out that Slayer's BoxeR, just as his command center is finishing, is adding 2 more barracks. So he's actually going to go 4 barracks play, and 4 barracks play when
go ahead.
When you actually go for 4 barracks play against Protoss, as soon as they actually end up scanning that, and he will because he is getting a quick observer, all Protoss really has to do is super counter that. Like, go all-in counter against Marine Marauder, because it's going to give Slayer's BoxeR an almost overwhelming amount of Marines and Marauders. And, that can be very hard to deal with if you continue to play like a normal game, like you're teching and stuff, like the way you would against someone who is actually going for 3 barracks and tech. It's just such a completely different build that hopefully San Zenith knows that and can react accordingly.
Now Slayer's BoxeR scans. He should have a glimpse of that robotics bay, does he?
Yeah, he should have.
Double check for us. It was on the edge. Yeah, he does.
Yeah. I don't know if he actually saw it because it's right at the end of the scan that it was being put down. Normally you'll glance up there at the beginning of the scan and go back to your own base. So he might not know exactly what it is, but he's going to pretty much assume that that's what it's going to be.
Terran won't want to engage next to the Xel'Naga Watchtower. To the left, the Xel'Naga Cavern in the center. You don't want to engage Protoss to the left or to the right of that. You want to engage them either above it or below it. That's a good way to make decisions. If you're going mass Marine Marauder, those are the areas you want to focus on the map.
San Zenith so far making just awesome decisions. He is getting the 2-base Colossus, making a lot of Zealots right now, saving his gas for that. That's what he's going to need to do. He chose that tech route, and his opponent obviously teching a little bit slower than normal. So I like the decision to do it. Normally I'm not a big fan of 2-base Colossus, but when your opponent has shown you 4 barracks, then sometimes you just... A nerd's got to do what a nerd's got to do, Tasteless.
True that, Artosis. All right. I think we're going to not see a battle until somebody takes the 3rd base. That's usually the correct way to do this.
Slayer's BoxeR is teching up to Medivacs. Probably get some Vikings as well. And the thing is, Slayer's BoxeR did make a bunch of barracks, but hasn't really been using them non-stop. He made them, he got them scouted, and he teched up a little bit quicker, so it's kind of a weird hybrid build.
One thing to note is if you see an observer and you know your opponent's going Colossus, it's always worth it to scan and kill the observer. They have to make another observer, and that's 1 less Colossus. And if you're making a ton of Vikings, that can win you the game.
Yeah,
you get 2 observers. Yeah.
Oh, we do see at the expansion tastes to counter any Vikings like you were just talking about.
Yeah, now this I did not.
Yeah, this is
incorporated to that when I was saying if he gets 2 Stargates, that's a different case.
Yeah. Now, if he actually can get a good number of Phoenixes out to deal with any Vikings, that is going to be absolutely awesome.
Now,
but if Slayer's BoxeR skips Vikings altogether, then those Phoenixes aren't going to be quite as
useless.
useful.
Yeah. I was actually going to get into that. It just right when you were saying it.
Yeah.
That
Did I steal your thunder, Tasteless?
No, it's okay. It's okay. I have lots of thunder still to give.
All right.
It's going to be a stormy day,
all right,
Artosis.
Thor.
Basically, if you see them getting 2 Stargates and you did spot it, you just stop making Vikings. While the Phoenixes can pick stuff up, they're really there to just wipe out the Vikings, let the Colossus do the damage. If you add 2 more barracks, keep getting Marauders and Marines and get a good flank, you're going to be in great shape.
We're going to have to see what's going to happen. Some Vikings are being made. So that is not going to go well against any Phoenixes that are out. Right now, supplies, San Zenith 117, Slayer's BoxeR 111. No third base is started for anyone. Doesn't look like anyone's truly thinking about that quite yet. Both jockeying to have the best unit composition possible. Thermal Lance upgrade has finished. +1 attack is on the way.
Ghosts are out. Now, if you're going to Stargate Phoenixes and getting Colossus, you actually cannot really support your gateways. So you're going to be squeezing out stuff whenever you can. Probably more Zealots than anything else.
Yeah, it's probably going to be all Zealots, you know, and those are just going to be to take hits to keep the Colossus alive a while. Sun Zenith's army is actually getting pretty scary. Slayer's BoxeR does scan and realizes that Phoenixes are being made. Doesn't know the number yet. Knows it's at least 3. Probably more. Now, Slayer's BoxeR, he has 4 Vikings. This is like not a good number of Vikings, and he's still making more because there's 6 Phoenixes out, and those are obviously going to win that battle. But will he? He probably won't even target them. Now, a lot of people ask, what do you do against someone who's making mostly Phoenixes and Colossi? Well, you're definitely going to need a second starport. I think probably double reactored starport Vikings are going to help you out if they're relying mostly on that, because the rest of his army is all Zealots. You can kite that for days.
Now look, Terran is being smart. Terran knows you don't attack to the right or to the left in the TVP when the Protoss has Colossus. You don't attack to the right or to the left at the cavern in the center of the map. You want to be either above it or below it.
Yeah.
Because you need more surface area.
Surface area is important, Tasis.
It is.
Location, location, location.
Kind of a useless EMP there.
He did get 7 or 6 of the...
I don't know if that's really worth it.
Well, I mean, lowers their hit points at least.
Yep. Shields. Yep. Well, maybe it will be worth it with the number of Vikings he did get. Maybe I'm going to have to retract that statement.
More gateways being added. Sun Zenith taking a third base. Slayer's BoxeR, his command center floating out to a third as well. And it looks like it's time.
There it is.
Sun Zenith wants blood.
Oh my God.
It's a scary army, but his Zealots all stuck back there. This is really, right now, Sun Zenith should be breaking those force fields so his Zealots can do something.
He does not have the charge on the Zealots, rendering them somewhat useless.
Slayer's BoxeR absolutely just not having enough Vikings. Having not enough is way worse than having too many or none at all. They were completely useless there. I think he took out 1 Colossus.
Nice EMP.
And now these Phoenixes, it's a good thing he beat them now because they pick up everything.
Yeah, no kidding.
And good flanks by Slayer's BoxeR, trying to take out as many Colossi as possible. That number turns out to be 1.
Well, Slayer's BoxeR has to hold on. He has to get the planetary up at the gold base and hold up this attack. Otherwise, it's going to be a Sun Zenith win. And my base is going to explode. I don't know.
I know, Tasteless.
I can't even comprehend.
It's going to hurt when I have to swallow that sword. It's going to be terrible.
Nice force field there. Just enough for those Colossus to clean up. Phoenix is okay. This should be GG in a little bit here. I don't see Slayer's BoxeR.
Yeah, no, he's pretty dead, man. He's 55 supply against 128 of Sun Zenith, and Slayer's BoxeR being knocked down into the up and down matches. That's absolutely amazing. Sun Zenith on the other hand,
Sun Zenith is guaranteed to pull
his
through.
Group. I can't believe how much better he is, Tasis. He's gotten so much better. His skill has improved like 1,000 billion%.
Damn, man.
You know how many stars are in the sky, Tasteless? That's how much his skill has improved.
Sun Zenith is the first to get out of his group, beating Nasty, the best Zerg in the world, in Slayer's BoxeR, the, I think, most famous, successful pro gamer of all time.
Yeah, you know, wow. Wow, Sun Zenith. He is playing magnificently.
He deserves the wins.
He does. He's outplaying these guys.
It's not like he's doing some kind of risky strategy where it's like, well, that'll work once. Good job. He's just playing better. He's just playing better than his opponents.
Wow. I don't really know what to say about it. He truly is.
I'd say good job. Congrats.
Yeah. I'm just so surprised that he's
the only non-pro gamer.
I think it's time for him to become a pro gamer. I think that he was... Well, we're going to have an interview, Tasteless.
We're going to have an interview. It's going to be very soon.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap it up, guys. We'll be back in a little bit. Enjoy the interview.